Imagine this, you're on the sidelines of the Winter Olympics. The world's fastest athletes are blurring past you at 40 miles per hour. You press the shutter, and in that split second, you've either captured history or a distorted, rolling shutter mess. For years, the original Nikon Z9 was the undisputed king of this moment. But the world has changed. Sony has their global shutter, Canon has their eye-tracking mastery, and now, Nikon is about to drop the hammer. Welcome back to Tap Tech. Today, we are diving deep into the most anticipated camera of the decade, the Nikon Z9 Mark II. This isn't just a refresh, it's a total reimagining of what a professional flagship can be. We've gathered the most authentic leaks, patent filings, and industry whispers to show you why your current gear might feel like a toy by the end of this year. Stick around, because the new Red digital integration we're discussing halfway through is a complete game changer for every filmmaker watching. The original Nikon Z9 didn't just enter the mirrorless market, it broke it. By being the first flagship to completely ditch the mechanical shutter, Nikon proved they weren't afraid to take massive risks. But it's been nearly 4 years since that revolution, and the competition has caught up. So, how does Nikon stay on top? They do it with the Z9 II. Let's talk about the heart of this beast, the sensor. Rumors have been swirling about 2 distinct prototypes currently being tested. The first is a refined 45-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, similar to the original but with a readout speed that is twice as fast. However, the leak that has the entire industry shaking is the possibility of a 61-megapixel stacked sensor. This would bridge the gap between the speed of a Z9 and the resolution of a medium-format camera. Imagine shooting sports at 40 frames per second while having enough resolution to crop in 60% and still maintain a tack-sharp image for a billboard. That is the level of power we are looking at. But the real elephant in the room is the global shutter. With Sony's Z9 series pushing the boundaries of zero distortion, Nikon has been under immense pressure. Our sources indicate that while the Z9 II might not go full global shutter to preserve its legendary dynamic range, it is implementing a hybrid high-speed readout that effectively eliminates rolling shutter even at the most extreme speeds. Now, let's look under the hood at the processor. To handle this massive data flow, Nikon is introducing the EXPEED. This isn't just a minor speed bump. The EXPEED is built on a new architecture specifically designed for predictive AI. We're talking about an autofocus system that doesn't just track a bird or a car, it predicts human intent. Using deep learning, the Z9 II can analyze the trajectory of a subject and focus on where the eye will be, rather than where it just was. For wedding photographers and wildlife shooters, this means a hit rate that is virtually 100%. For the filmmakers in our audience, this next part is why you shouldn't buy a Sony Venice or a Red Komodo just yet. Since Nikon's acquisition of Red Digital Cinema, everyone has been waiting to see how that DNA would trickle down. The Z9 II is the first flagship to truly benefit from this marriage. We are looking at internal 8K recording at up to 120 frames per second. But it's not just about the resolution, it's about the color. The Z9 II was rumored to feature Red Science color profiles built directly into the RAW files. This gives you that Hollywood-level skin tone and highlight roll-off right in a mirrorless body. No more fighting with difficult grades in post-production. You are essentially getting a Red Cinema camera disguised as a rugged Nikon DSLR. Physically, the Z9 II is expected to maintain that built-like-a-tank magnesium alloy chassis. However, ergonomics are getting a pro-refinement. Expect a deeper grip and a new, high-resolution 4-axis tilting screen that is significantly brighter for outdoor use. One of the most requested features, a dedicated Tally Light 4 video, is finally making an appearance, along with a revised cooling system that guarantees unlimited 8K recording even in the Saharan heat. Let's talk about the when and the how much. Historically, Nikon loves the big stage. With the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan right around the corner, all signs point to a development announcement. Very soon, with a full release in the first half of 2026. As for the price, premium technology comes at a premium cost. Expect the Z9 II to launch around the $6,500 to $7,000 mark. It's a massive investment, but for the professional whose livelihood depends on never missing a frame, it's a bargain. But here is the million-dollar question: if you already own a Z9, is it worth the upgrade? Or if you're a Sony or Canon user, is this enough to make you switch? The original Z9 is still a phenomenal machine, but the Z9 II represents a shift from high-speed photography to intelligent imaging. It's the difference between a fast car and a self-driving supercar. The landscape of professional photography is shifting beneath our feet, and Nikon just claimed the high ground. If the rumors of this 61-megapixel sensor and red color science are even 80% true, the Z9 II won't just be the best Nikon camera, it will be the best camera on the planet, period. But what do you think? Is the move to red color science enough to make you switch brands, or are you holding out for the global shutter? Drop a comment below. I read every single one of them, and I want to know if you're as hyped as I am. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe to Tap Tech for the fastest updates on the gear that actually matters. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next one.